Hello there, welcome to Swinging Steve's Bargain Bin Reviews, and this is the first, trip over a bench, this is the first one I've done in a long time. It's not a review, sorry guys, but what I'm going to say is I hope you've had a lovely Christmas and a happy New Year to everybody, because this is probably going to come out on New Year's Day, or maybe even New Year's Eve, depends when I get a chance to upload it. Big shout out to all my friends out there that I've not had a chance to see in a long time. I've just been talking to one of my best mates, Spence, and it's the first time I spoke to him in 2 years. Can you believe it? And this is what COVID's doing. This is the separation of people. And he's my best friend. And like, there's a lot of truth that goes into spirituality being one of the main sort of reasons why people live a long time. You know, longevity. They say spirituality is a really important thing, and being around friends, whether it's being around a religious group, whether it's being around a social group, whether it's whatever. But being around other people, and that is something that COVID has divided people. And so big shout out to everybody that watches this that I used to talk to on a regular basis, or I used to see, and I don't anymore for whatever reason, you know, and I am sorry for that. And there's loads of people. I could write a massive list of people that I'd love to talk to, people that I've not seen before, other reviewers, other bloggers that I've got the intention at one point, maybe hopefully in next year, maybe seeing and saying hello to, and saying, look, I am real, I'm not just a picture on a screen. But, you know, there we go. So, thank you for watching this. Update on my COVID. I still can't smell properly, still can't taste properly, and I am potentially considering stopping doing the beer reviews and maybe moving on to something else like music reviews or something else that I'm quite interested and passionate about. Maybe not, I don't know. I'm gonna give it at least another 6 months or so to see if it does come back. I nearly did a review the other day, but I can't get the taste. The taste does not come through properly. And it got to the point where it was a little bit better leading up towards Christmas, around about a month before Christmas. It got better, and then it disappeared again, and it started going again. So I'm trying to smell incense oils to try and get the olfactory going again, and trying to get get my brain, sort of training my brain to smell things, and I think that might be the only way through it. And if I can't do it like that, then I honestly don't know what's going to bring my taste and smell back. But I have allergies, and apparently people with allergies do suffer a bit more if they lose a smell and taste after having COVID. So that could be another factor. So maybe I need to try and get rid of that, my allergies and and this, that and the other. So who knows? A little bit about what I've been up to since we last spoke. Apart from working long hours and spending a lot of time in my job, I've been trying to lose weight as well. So I've lost 2 stone since last year. And I'm not trying to show off by saying that's not the point of this, but I am trying to change my health. And if there's a cloud at there's a cloud at every silver. There's a silver line at the end of every cloud or whatever. I think that what COVID has taught me is to eat more healthily. And because I can't taste a lot of stuff, I'm just not eating as much stuff, and I'm not drinking as much, and I'm not drinking as much alcohol as well, which can't be a bad thing, and I do miss my alcohol and everything. But again, I'm not here to talk about that. I'm just here to explain that I am trying to improve my health a little bit, to try and make myself better, not to show off, not anything else. I've started intermittent fasting, which is working, and I kid you not, once you start drinking more water, taking your vitamin D, taking your vitamin C, and just trying to eat healthier. Just do it in bits, just do it in incremental bits. It just makes a massive difference. Massive difference. So anyway, without much further ado, let's talk about the top 3 beers. And it's been a very short year for beer reviews this year. It stopped in the summer. And I didn't do many before the summer this year. I don't think I might have done about 20, 30, probably about 20 reviews, not even that a bit. So these are the top 3 from this year. Now, coming in at number 3, this is at Lidl Beer Festival, and it is Bohemian Craft Lager. This was absolute. I've still got one of these, I've been waiting for my COVID to get better, or my sense of taste and smell to come back, and it's just not. So I'm just gonna have to drink it. This fantastic, really real nice surprise. It describes it's a Buckhome brewery, and it's a lovely lager. Really, there's no more to say on it. It's absolutely really refreshing, really crisp, really fresh. Just everything you want from a decent lager pilsner. Thank you very much. That was fantastic. That comes in at number 3. Number 2. is now I think this is the last beer I remember tasting before I got COVID, so it's got a bit of an emotional attachment to it as well. But it's New Relic Mosaic IPA. This was also at the Little Beer Festival, and this is Stewart Brewing Company. I think it was the same beer festival, these two, actually. It was a bit hit and miss, I found, the beer festival, but these two I thought were fantastic. This in particular, absolutely beautiful. Came in at $1.79 for a 440 can. This one was $1.29 for a 330 bottle there. Full of fruit, really rich, full-bodied. I just thought it tasted fantastic. I remember drinking it thinking, God, this is really nice. Really, really nice. Stewart Brewing, I find that, I suppose a little bit hit and miss. Some of their stuff's okay. They've never had a bad beer from these guys. Some of the stuff's a little bit average. Some of the flavour profiles don't always come through with their beers, but all their beers I have tried, or all the beers I've tried by Stewart Brewing, have always been in the Little Beer Festival, where you've got to consider the price margins and the profit margins and what this brewery can actually work with to actually make any profit at all. So, I mean, for £1.79, you can't expect miracles, but that was beautiful, regardless. That was absolutely fantastic. So, yeah. So what I mean by when I'm talking, I know I went about that in a long-winded way, and some people will know what I mean when I talk about that, and most people probably watching this will. But to sell beer at a beer festival for £1.79, you can't. Brewers will be losing money if they put too much money into the hops is what I mean, especially when you've got a Mosaic IPA. Yes, it's just probably Mosaic hops that's in there, but hops aren't cheap, especially at the moment. So I presume some of these breweries will be making a bit of a loss on some of these beers, and I would happily have paid £3 a can for that. You know, it was that lovely. It was as good as some of the stuff I've had at Tesco's for £3 a can. So yeah. Anyway, that's just me. That's just me putting it out there. Even that's me being a tight bum as well. So here we go, and coming in at number one. There we go. So Cassell's. I fancy getting that in. This was at B&M, not B&M, Home Bargains, 99p. 99p for a milk stout, come all the way from New Zealand. What's the volume on this? 5.2%, so it's not massive on the Richter scale. Lovely. And I think someone gave me a heads up on this one. Who was it now? How do, that guy. Who does how do beer reviews? What's his name now? Bullman's beer reviews. Bullman, is it Bullman? Bullman's beer reviews. It's been that long since I've watched anyone's beer reviews because I've not been doing it. So I do apologise. So if nobody watches this, don't worry about it. I'll not take offence because I've not had a chance to watch it at other people's. Anyway, I'm going on a tangent again now. So Gold Trophy Brewery, best in the show. This was a beautiful stout, really, really nice, really good quality, lovely body, lovely velvety body, and everything you'd expect a milk stout to be for 99p. That was a real steal, and it was still within date when I bought it. That one I'm looking forward to actually. Again, I wanted to drink that once I got my flavour, got my taste and my smell back. That doesn't look like it's happening anytime soon. So just to close on that, so I've got, they're my 3 beers, so they're my top 3 beers from this year. It's been a very interesting year this year, one way or another, for different reasons, whether it's been related to changes in working environments, whether it's been changes to people's health, whether it's changes to people's lifestyles, because one minute it feels like life's back to normal, and then the next minute it's not, then it's back to normal again, and then it's not, and then it is, and then it's not. So it's a bit top-down. Next year's probably going to be the same again, whether we're up for another lockdown or not, I don't know. But everybody keep safe, and please drop messages. I love everyone's comments, and I will get back to everybody's comments, pretty much most people anyway, as long as they're not inappropriate, of course. And thanks for watching, a big thanks. I hope to get back and doing the beer reviews soon, get back on the wagon. If I don't, then hopefully I will start something new. I might start. I'm really passionate about music and albums, maybe albums that maybe get overlooked. And I'm thinking about doing like a bit of a random albums review page or something like that, especially from some bigger bands that are albums that I think, oh, they're really good, but they don't really maybe get much recognition.